Hello, welcome to the series for adding and subtracting integers. Today's date, if you want to go ahead and date this, is going to be September 12th, so 9/12/16. There will be 4 videos to this section. I split the last 2 videos into 2 parts so that we could focus on them separately, but they should be fairly short videos in time span. So for the first part, we have reviewing the review of finding least common denominators, or commonly known as LCDs. Okay, and here's why. In example 1, it says add 1/10 to 1/2. Now your first instinct is going to be to say, well, 1 plus 1 is 2, and 10 plus 2 is 12. But we don't want to do that. Actually, we can't do that. Mathematically, that's not correct. Do not do this. The first thing we actually need to do is to identify our LCD, least common denominator. Identify the least common denominator. Then we need to convert our fractions to the LCD, so we're going to convert to the LCD. And then we're going to add or subtract. So go ahead and take a couple seconds to pause the video and write these steps down. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is to find our least common denominator. Well, when we add and subtract fractions, our denominators have to be the same. Okay, so 10 and 2 are not the same, so we need to make them the same. A common denominator is just a multiple, a common multiple. So, what is a common denominator or a common multiple between 10 and 2? And that would actually be 10. So our LCD is going to be 10. Alright, so here's the easy way to do it. We're going to set this up vertically, so we'll have 1/10 equals something over 10 plus 1/2 equals something else over 10. Now, when we do this, we can now figure out what we have to multiply by to get to 10. Well, 10 doesn't need to be multiplied by anything to get to 10, so that's going to be 1/10. 2 needs to be multiplied by 5 to get to 10. Whatever we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. So when I multiply the bottom, I've got to multiply the top by the same number, so it will be 5 over 10. And then I add them together. 1/10 plus 5/10 is 6/10. And then I need to reduce that by dividing both top and bottom by 2, and that will be 3 over 5. Now I could have also multiplied the top and the bottom up here, but that would have been kind of messy, and I'm all about clean. I'll show you both ways in the next 2 examples. Alright, here we go. The next 2 examples we're going to look at. Part A says subtract 5/6 minus 7/9. We should identify first that we must find our LCD. Our denominators are not the same. 6 and 9 are not equal. So we have to find our LCD of 6 and 9. And that's going to be 18. So we're going to change both of those denominators to 18s. So I'm going to set up my vertical math. So 5/6 minus 7/9. And this is going to equal something over 18 minus something else over 18. To get from 6 to 18, I need to multiply by 3. So I must do that to the top. Whatever I do to the bottom, I've got to do to the top. So it's like mirroring over the fraction bar. 5 times 3 is 18. No, it's not. It's 15. Go to the bottom fraction. Whatever I do to the bottom of the denominator, the bottom of the fraction, I've got to do to the top. 9 times 2 gives me 18. So 7 times 2 is going to give me 14. This is a subtraction problem, so 15 minus 14 is 1 over 18. So remember, whatever you do to the bottom, you've got to do to the top. Let's go look at an addition problem real quick. Part B says to add the two fractions, write your answer in simplest form. Well, here I've got 9 and 4. These are not common denominators, so I've got to find the LCD. And the LCD for 9 and 4 is going to be 36. So I'll set it up. 4 over 9 plus 3 over 4 equals something over 36 plus something else over 36. My path from 4 to 36 is by 9. So whatever I do in the denominator, I must do in the numerator. So times 9 over 9. 3 times 9 gives me 27. 9 to 36 is by 4 in the denominator. So whatever I do in the denominator, I must do to the numerator. That'll be times 4 in the numerator. 4 times 4 is 16 over 36. Now I can add them. 16 plus 27. 6 plus 7 is 3. I'm going to carry my 1. 1 plus 1 is 2 plus 2 is 43 over 36. I cannot reduce this to common terms, so this is just my answer. So remember, find your common denominator, take the common denominators to each other, add and subtract, and move on. Please answer any questions that we did not complete on the front page.